the search for a live Kaylee. That does not mean that volunteers, that EquiSearch, that the psychics, that Padilla have gone home. They are still there searching, but local Orange County sheriffs say they are no longer looking for a live Kaylee. This is the press conference is called off by the grandparents in which they were to announce blockbuster evidence that little Kaylee is still alive. Their lawyer walks off the job. Let's Unleash Lawyers, Eleanor Dixon, prosecutor out of Atlanta, Peter Odom, defense attorney out of Atlanta, and Richard Herman, high-profile lawyer out of New York. What about it, Richard?
Nancy, what can I tell you here? Just because Padilla says they call it off, I don't know. It's devastating to the defense.
What did you just say? That doesn't even make sense.
They said he was a spokesperson for the police department. Padilla?
No.
How's he a spokesperson?
No. A, that's not what I asked you. And B, Padilla is not a spokesperson for the police department. Okay, so let's go to someone that can hear and interpret the question. Eleanor?
Well, I think the attorney left because obviously George and Sydney weren't following the advice that he was giving them, and maybe he didn't want to be involved in this press conference because clearly they were going against something he told them. However, remember, Nancy, whatever they've told him is attorney-client privilege, and he cannot reveal that.
I think the confusion, Richard, you're talking about Leonard Padilla. There is a Padilla that is a spokesperson for the sheriff's, Carlos Padilla. All right, it's not Leonard Padilla. But again, that was not the original question. Peter Odom, the attorney, walks off the job with the grandparents. He will not reveal any confidences, of course, but he does say when he signed on, he was told he could look for Kaylee without restriction, even if the outcome was a bad one. Apparently, that's not what the grandparents want.
Right. And Nancy, remember, he's a private attorney. He took on the job of representing them under conditions. They, apparently, according to what Me James said, they violated those conditions by going against his advice, and he has every right to walk off, particularly if his clients are being frustrating. There's nothing to force him to stay.
Out to the lines, Melissa in Indiana. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, dear. What's your question?
Well, I'm just wondering why they're searching in that one area, and here they got pings from her cell phone from all different places. Why couldn't she have disposed of her in a dumpster or something like that?
You know what? I couldn't hear your question. Could you repeat the end of the question?
Pardon me?
Could you repeat the end of the question?
I'm wondering if she could have put her in a dumpster instead of where they're searching, where they have been searching.
What about it, Mark Williams? There's been a lot of speculation that she was, in fact, placed in a dumpster.
There was a dumpster close to the Amscott location where they found her car a couple of months ago. But thus far, nothing has been coming out of that dumpster, and that garbage has been dumped in the landfill.
It's a constant battle between the Anthonys and investigators, all hoping to find little Kaylee.
I'm just going to be putting a call into my attorney, so I kind of need to know where we need to go from here.
This is how Cindy and George Anthony spend most of their days, constantly on the phone, checking into tips that their granddaughter Kaylee may still be alive.